It is the new week, and we are bringing you the stories shaping Nigeria's economy landscape and the global financial market. From movements on the Nigerian exchange and the foreign exchange market to commodity prices, corporate development, and key policy decisions, we've got the insight you need to stay informed. This is Business Focus coming your way live from Politics and Business TV Abuja. I am Ferry Josephine. Good morning and thank you for joining us. And to the focus of the day, Nasarawa and Zamfara states have launched lithium plants worth $450 million. What impact will this have on Nigeria's economy? Nigeria's push to diversify its economy beyond oil has received a major boost as new lithium processing plants worth a combined $450 million have been launched in Nasarawa and Zamfara states. The development comes at a time when global demand for lithium is soaring, driven by the rapid growth of electric vehicles, renewable energy storage, and consumer electronics. But beyond the investment figures, what does this mean for Nigeria's economy? For decades, Nigeria has exported most of its solid minerals in raw form, allowing other countries to process them into higher value products and reap greater economic benefits. Lithium has been no exception despite the country's vast deposit, particularly in Nasarawa and Zamfara states. Recognizing the growing global importance of critical minerals, the federal government introduced reforms aimed at ending the export of unprocessed lithium and encouraging investors to establish processing facilities within Nigeria. These policies are designed to ensure more value is added locally before minerals leave the country. The newly commissioned lithium processing plants represent a significant step in that direction. Together, the projects are expected to strengthen Nigeria's position in the global clean energy supply chain while reducing dependence on crude oil revenues. Economists say the impact could be substantial. First, the plants are expected to create thousands of direct and indirect jobs across mining, engineering, logistics, transportation, equipment maintenance, and other support services. Second, by processing lithium locally rather than exporting raw ore, Nigeria stands to earn significantly more from export, increasing foreign exchange inflows and improving the country's trade balance. The investments are also expected to boost foreign direct investment as global mining and battery companies look to secure reliable sources of critical minerals amid rising worldwide demand. Beyond export, the project could stimulate industrialization by encouraging the development of downstream industries, including battery manufacturing, electric vehicle components, and renewable energy technologies. The federal government also stands to benefit through increased tax revenues, mining royalties, and licensing fees, while host communities may experience improvements in infrastructure, business opportunities, and economic activities. However, analysts caution that the long-term success of the project will depend on effective regulation, environmental sustainability, security at mining sites, community engagement, and consistent government policies. Many experts argue that the ultimate goal should be to move beyond processing clean energy market as countries around the world accelerate the transition to cleaner energy. Nigeria's growing lithium industry presents an opportunity to become a strategic player in one of the world's fastest growing sectors. Whether these translate into lasting economic transformation will depend on how effectively the country manages its mineral wealth and builds value-added industries around it. Now, that wraps up the insight for the day. We go on a short break, and when we return, we see what's happening in the Nigerian equity market. Please stay with us. Trading week, I beg your pardon, on a cautious note, following a marginal decline in the previous session, the NGX All Share Index closed at 243,798.76 points, shading a 0.07% from the previous trading day. Market capitalization stood at approximately 155.45 trillion naira, reflecting the slight pullback in share prices at the close of last week trading. Despite Friday's mild decline, market sentiment remains cautiously bullish as investors monitor corporate earnings, macroeconomic developments, and bargain hunting opportunities that could shape market direction in days ahead. And now to the top gainers. Leading the gainers chart today is Nigerian International Debt Fund (NIDF), which advanced by plus 10%. International Breweries PLC followed with a gain of plus 9.92%, while NEM Insurance PLC appreciated by plus 9.61%. Also among the top performers is Abe Mortgage Bank PLC, which rose plus 9.52%, and Sovereign Trust Insurance PLC, which gained plus 9.38%, reflecting sustained investor interest across the equity market. And to the top losers on the losers chart today is May and Baker Nigeria PLC and Northern Nigeria Flour Mills PLC leading the decline, with each shedding minus 10%. Guinea Insurance PLC followed with a loss of minus 9.92%, while McNichols PLC declined minus 9.90%. Sunu Assurance Nigeria PLC rounded out the list of the day's biggest losers, falling minus 9.89%, as profit taking in selected equities weighed on trading at the close of the Nigerian exchange last week. And to commodity markets, a 50-kilogram bag of locally produced rice is selling for between 57 to 62,000 naira, while imported rice is retailing for 70 to 85,000 naira. A 50-kilogram bag of beans is currently selling for 69 to 65,000 naira, and a 25-liter container of vegetable oil is priced between 80 to 95,000 naira, while the same quantity of palm oil is selling for 60 to 70,000 naira. And in the downstream energy market, petrol, also known as the PMS, is retailing for 1,210 naira to 1,350 naira to a liter. Diesel is selling for 1,005 to 1,620 naira per liter, while kerosene is priced between 1,050 naira and 1,150 naira to a liter. Meanwhile, cooking gas is retailing for 1,500 to 1,700 to a kilogram, and that is depending on location and supplier. These prices are indicative and may vary across states and markets due to transportation costs, supply conditions, and local demand. And now to the currency market. At the official Nigerian foreign exchange market, the Naira exchanged at approximately 1,382 Naira 33 kobo to $1, and meanwhile in the parallel market, also known as the black market, the Naira traded at about 1,410 Naira to the dollar for buying and 1,425 Naira for selling. Exchange rates in the parallel market may vary slightly depending on location, dealer, and transaction size. And that is it from the equity market. We go on a short break now. When we return, we go into the conversation of the day with our guests joining us via Zoom. Please stay with us.
Imagine, say, television, movies, news, and entertainment in your pocket, just like that. Welcome to Free TV app. Now the #1 digital TV app for Nigeria. Free TV app get over 100 live TV channels, breaking news, sports, Nollywood movies, small pikin shows, and plenty more inside one app. No decoder wahala, no plenty setup. Just download, open, begin the watch. To get the app, just search Free TV for Google Play Store or Free TV.Ng for Apple App Store, or scan the QR code for your screen. Registration will take you seconds. You fit use phone number, email, WhatsApp, Google, or Apple ID. OTP even dey, so make your account stay safe. For inside the app, the live TV section get over 100 licensed channels with program guide, pause, rewind, and catch up. Free TV no be ordinary app. Na digital revolution. Download Free TV today. Imagine say television, movies, news, and entertainment dey your pocket, just like that. Welcome to Free TV app. Na the #1 digital TV app for Nigeria. Free TV app get over 100 live TV channels, breaking news, sports, Nollywood movies, small pikin shows, and plenty more inside one app. No decoder wahala, no plenty setup. Just download, open, begin the watch. To get the app, just search Free TV for Google Play Store or Free TV.Ng for Apple App Store, or scan the QR code for your screen. Registration will take you seconds. You fit use phone number, email, WhatsApp, Google, or Apple ID. OTP even dey, so make your account stay safe. For inside the app, the live TV section get over 100 licensed channels with program guide, pause, rewind, and catch up. Free TV no be ordinary app. Na digital revolution. Download Free TV today. Imagine say television, movies, news, and entertainment dey your pocket, just like that. Welcome to Free TV app. Na the #1 digital TV app for Nigeria. Free TV app get over 100 live TV channels, breaking news, sports, Nollywood movies, small pikin shows, and plenty more inside one app. No decoder wahala, no plenty setup. Just download, open, begin the watch. To get the app, just search Free TV for Google Play Store or Free TV.Ng for Apple App Store, or scan the QR code for your screen. Registration will take you seconds. You fit use phone number, email, WhatsApp, Google, or Apple ID. OTP even dey, so make your account stay safe. For inside the app, the live TV section get over 100 licensed channels with program guide, pause, rewind, and catch up. Free TV no be ordinary app. Na digital revolution. Download Free TV today.
All right, welcome back from that break, and thank you for staying with us. It is still the program Business Focus, and this is Politics and Business TV. And now we go straight into the conversation of the day. I have with me my guest already seated, joining us via Zoom, in the person of Oluwale Joshua. Good morning, sir, and thank you for joining us. Right, Oluwale is a chartered accountant and a tax expert. We have him this morning to do justice to the focus for today. All right, we are discussing the Nasarawa and Zamfara state, the fact that it just launched a lithium plant that is worth $450 million. How significant is that amount to the Nigeria's mining sector and the economy at large?
So nice having me today. And,
yes.
It's a good news that Nigeria is developing. And not only that Nigeria is developing, it's a good news that the development is spreading. Usually, these kind of stories moving towards to Lagos, really, it's at the lines. But having Nasarawa on board and currently having other states emulate Nasarawa, it means a lot because the development is spreading, and the kind of what we see as internally generated revenue is about picking up and favoring all states. In a nutshell, the development is a blessing to Nigeria, and it speaks to the fact that Nigeria economy is improving. Not only improving, the policy guideline regarding the solid mineral sector is equally picking up. if we don't refine our products here in Nigeria, that means we are exporting the related employment. We are exporting the related spin-off company. We are exporting many other things that have to do with the production of that particular minerals. And if you know if the manufacturing sector, you will agree with me that the final seller is the beneficiary, is the ultimate beneficiary of any extractive industry. For an extractive industry, the government doesn't benefit in terms of value-added tax, and to crown it all, exports in terms of whatever you export outside Nigeria doesn't suffer any tax. So if we are if we are not gaining, if the government is not gaining on VAT, government is not gaining on payment of taxes because it's an exported product, where all the additions to the mineral resources leaving the environment shattered, because before they extract any lithium, they have to go deep down the soil. They have to excavate the soil to ensure that lithium is extracted. So this value-added tax being paid is expected to cover up for the environmental degradation that might have been caused by the extraction of this PAT. Even if it is extracted in Nasarawa and processed in any other state, that state may not benefit from the value-added tax to mitigate the excesses of extraction process. So it is better for the state to extract, process, and then sell out the products. At that point, they might have gained from the value-added tax.
Can you tell us why is lithium considered one of the world's most strategic minerals today? Just give us a little bit of what we should know about this particular mineral resources. I don't know if you can hear me. All right, it is network, and as usual, we don't have control over it. All right, are you with me now?
Yes, I'm with you.
Should I take my question again, or you got me the first time?
Please do.
All right, I asked, what's special about lithium? What do we need to know about lithium? Why is it?
Well, lithium is the new pride among not because it is not known, but because of the need within the African power sector. Lithium is known for being processed to produce batteries, to produce what we call the solar batteries and what we call the dry cell batteries. Any battery that you see anything black within its context means that it is likely a product of lithium, which is well used within the African sector and which is well used within the electric vehicle manufacturing business. So producing it in Nasarawa, processing it in Nasarawa means that the electric vehicle production companies will depend on Nasarawa on their raw material, and possibly in order to make production closer to the raw material, they might want to site their battery production company in Nasarawa or in Nigeria, so that they will be closer to the raw material while exporting the products from of which these products are needed. So lithium is very important at this point. We found ourselves at the point of sustainable energy and at the point of producing electric vehicle and solar system. Don't forget that Nigeria is turning to solar panels, solar batteries, in order to augment or mitigate the energy needs of which the national grid cannot supply. So Nasarawa is stepping up to supply this raw material. Aside from that, the world is switching from fossil fuel to the renewable energy, of which electric battery is one of the alternatives. So and one major part of the alternatives. So if this is the case, the world is turning to lithium. Lithium in production of the electric vehicle batteries. That is the sole backbone of electric vehicle, which the likes of Elon Musk and another electric vehicle producing company depends on. So if this is the case, we are looking at the gold mine in our hands, because very soon demand will drive supply, and while demand drives supply, the price will be the determining factor to determine who is satisfied on the demand plan of which Nasarawa supplies.
All right. So how do you think processing it locally, which is one of the things that is proposed here after the launch, it will be produced locally here in Nigeria? How does producing it locally change the economic equation, seeing that for years now Nigeria has been exporting the raw lithium?
When we are talking about refining what we extract,
yes,
that means refining about building chains of companies, building processing companies, building more extractive companies, and ensuring that we get a fair share of the global taxation in respect of the products. Because if we extract in Nigeria, process in China, and consume in USA, China and USA may be the ultimate beneficiaries of taxation. Apart from ultimate beneficiaries of taxation, China may be the ultimate beneficiaries of human resource supply, and then Nigeria is just a beneficiary of the global price of lithium, not the global price of batteries, not the global price of recycled lithium, not the global price of what we get as a spin-off product of lithium, not the global map, not the global location of the manufacturing company, but we are just extractive, and we shatter our lands and shatter wherever the manufacturing site is to extract this product, all for the enjoyment to be felt in China and USA. So it is of good point that we have the value chain in Nigeria. So if we are having the companies, if we are having the capital flights into Nigeria to ensure that the companies are developed to meet the challenges and the demands of lithium batteries, of lithium products, I think it will be better for Nigeria rather than being shared among nations of which this production value chain will pass through. So I think there will be an increase in capital flights to Nigeria. That is foreign direct investment. Aside from increasing that, there will be increase in employment generation, employment drive for the Nigerian. Nigeria will be a global player in the supply of power products, power generating products, of which lithium is one of the best. And then we will achieve our diversification targets of moving from fossil fuel, production of fossil fuel, exporting of crude oil to the renewable energy. So we are evolving from the fossil fuel to renewable energy, while we are carrying our citizenries along. And aside from that, it will reduce the migration, the emigration of our brilliant minds from Nigeria to other countries where these companies are. Because if there are jobs in Nigeria and they were paid in an internationally denominated, far as Lagos and Kebbi is involved in rice production, and as far as other products are being benefited from have been benefited from collaborations with other states. And states have their airline, but they don't fly only within their states. They fly to other states where we have airports, and they land there. The states that have their airports will benefit from the landing charge, the hangar costs, and the likes. So we have these collaborative tendencies within the states in terms of production and in terms of generating revenue that will directly impact the states. It's not necessary for all states to have these processing plants, but it's necessary for them to collaborate in terms of ensuring that whatever we produce in our states might be processed in Nasarawa states, but for the benefit of FCT, benefit the territory who host the executive sites. So we collaborate in that manner rather than letting our dollar, rather than allowing it to fly abroad.
All right. So for the longest now, Nigeria has depended on mostly revenues generated from the oil sector. How well will this move genuinely reduce that dependence on the revenue generated from just the oil?
Well, we have diversification as one of the moves to ensure that we don't depend on fossil fuel, which is what we earn our what we earn our foreign income from. So it is a good one that we have a production of this value material coming on board, but we still need to do more in terms of other material. We still need to do more in terms of in terms of agriculture, and we still need to do more in terms of technology, in terms of the fintechs and the likes. But it is a good step in the right direction in ensuring that Nigeria doesn't depend on export of crude oil. Aside from that, doesn't move with the world, will be left behind. So it is better for Nigeria to carry its weight of shedding crude oil from what it derives its value from, to moving towards renewable energy and technologically driven economy. And this has been achieved by siting the plant in Nasarawa State. So having that plant in Nasarawa State is part of our long-term plan of diversifying from reliance on crude oil, and then ensuring that we have environmentally sustainable production. So if we have environmentally sustainable production, we should take care of the production sites and ensure that these production sites were not degraded, and they don't suffer what we have in the Niger Delta region, which includes the oil spill, which I think we are struggling to remediate for now. So if that is on ground, I think Nigeria is moving towards its target, and give us between now and 2050. If we can sustain this tempo, I think we can catch up with it. Although being driven by the leaders, it is well driven by technology and the needs of the globe.
All right, now let's talk about employment opportunity. Nigeria is seen as one of those nations with a high rate of unemployment, especially among the youth. How well do you think this will come up with opportunities for employment in various sectors?
In terms of the employment opportunities, the opportunities are bound in the sense that those who participate in the extractive process will be paid in international terms. You can't just extract and sell at the black market and think you are benefiting from, you are the sole beneficiary. We are all losing out if we are between 10,000 and 6,000 staff working in the plant. They will need to eat during their break. They will need supplies of electricity. They will need supplies of other utilities. They will need transport. They will need many things. They will need logistics. In fact, they will need the sales of recharge card. So I believe that it will improve the security of Nasarawa State. Aside from that, it will improve the security of the adjoining states that will be supplying these plants, and will bring the formal security. It will bring formality to what used to be informal. Aside from that, we know that there are foreign influences on insecurities. So if they see that we are processing what we extract, it should be illegal for anybody to export what we extract. And that means that whoever is looking towards Nigeria for black market sales of lithium, for black market sales of this mineral resource market at the global market, rather than influencing insecurity, benefiting from what is extracted from Nigeria and selling through the illegal routes, and giving the government a difficult day in containing the insecurity. I'm seeing the better Nigeria out of that, and the grandparents end from that without any stress, because they can easily visit this company, ensure that they pay the right amount. Aside from ensuring that they pay the right amount, ensuring that they monitor.
There have been rumors, allegedly, that some of these bushes, this forest where there's insurgency happen, where there are those bandits and the rest, that a high level of mining is ongoing in some of those sites, and that is some of the reason, or one of the reason, why we experience most of this insecurity. Because if you now, this is allegedly, I'm saying, there have been rumors like that some of the reasons why this insecurity is going on in some of those places is because of the mining ongoing there. Now, do you think, with what already is in the minds of people, the fact that that is what is happening in those bushes, do you think is going to make us experience a little bit of a less pressure talking about the insecurity, or what will the situation be like?
You may not be far from the truth, because money flows along with a level of criminality. Criminality flows alongside with a level of funding. So you can cause this criminality, you may be able to commute the criminality in the board. And looking at Zamfara, you see Zamfara is towards the border.
Yes.
And after Zamfara, the gap between Zamfara and Europe is just too Nasarawa may cause these insecurities, because all lies will be on the mining sites. Not because people are not working there, but because you know how many kilograms of work have been extracted. What is the royalties that you are going to pay on this extraction, and how much are you going to sell it within the industry, so that you will not surcharge the country and you will not equally surcharge yourself. So insecurity will be geofencing of where these materials are going. Aside from geofencing of where these materials are going, there will be cutting out of areas where these mining activities will be carried out. If I cut this mining license for you, at least let me know what is happening within the environment.
Yes.
I can buy it with using at an international market rate, making you so beneficiary of whatever you mine, and making it more beneficial for you to sell to the government, rather than selling it through to the black market. So insecurity will reduce drastically, and people will be engaged, not only engaged in terms of employment, but engaged in terms of extraction, and ensuring that these extracted materials are sold to the companies of interest, rather than exported to where it will be manufactured and imported back to Nigeria as either the solar panel battery, or the remote battery, or the small LED batteries.
Yes.
So it's better that we have this industries, we have this company sited at the site of the production so that it will be well managed. I believe that insecurity will reduce drastically if this industry, if these companies, if they pick up. Knowing Zamfara will be felt in Nasarawa, and if government presence are felt there, the government security will be there. And having safety on board, I think it will be well guided so that the local intelligence will be deployed to ensure that you don't just mine and sell through illegal routes. Using the local police or the state police and using the local apparatus, ensuring that whatever you sell, the Oba, the Emir, the obese within that localities, they know about what you mine. They know
to determine whether this investment are delivering real economic values. Just briefly, please. What should we look out for?